So, let's be real. When's the last time a project just stopped dead in its tracks? Chances are, it wasn't some huge technical issue. It was probably just communication. A single fuzzy email can literally cost you days. In this explainer, we're going to show you how to write enquiries that slice right through the noise and get you exactly what you need when you need it. You know the feeling, right? You need that one critical piece of info. You fire off an email and you get silence. Or maybe even worse, a reply that totally dances around your question. It's such a massive waste of time. So let's fix that for good.
All right, here's the game plan. First, we're going to dissect what a perfect inquiry actually looks like. Then, we'll flip it around and see how to write a killer response. After that, we'll get into the details of tone and style, point out some common mistakes to avoid, and then wrap it all up with a checklist you can literally start using today. Look, getting the right answer always starts with asking the right question. A well-built inquiry isn't just about being polite. It's about making it incredibly easy for the other person to give you exactly what you want. Let's see what that looks like in the real world.
Okay, so check this out. It's an email asking for technical specs on some structural steel. I mean, yeah, it looks professional, but what really makes it work? What makes it so effective? Well, the secret is all in the structure. So let's break this thing down piece by piece.
And honestly, it's just so simple. It's brilliant. The subject line tells you exactly what's up. The intro gives you the why, the ABC Bridge project. The bullet points, they make the questions impossible to misunderstand. And that deadline at the end, there's just no room for confusion. It's crystal clear. Okay, let's zero in on this one line right here. The way it's phrased is so important. We would appreciate is nice and polite, but throwing in that specific date makes the deadline totally firm. This one little sentence gets rid of all the guesswork about timing, and that is a total game changer for keeping a project on schedule.
All right, so asking the right question is one thing, but what about answering it? Getting a great inquiry is only half the job. Your response has to be just as sharp and professional. Let's look at how a great answer doesn't just give information, it actually makes your professional relationship stronger. And boom, here it is, the perfect response. You see how it almost perfectly mirrors the structure of the request? It uses a numbered list that lines up one-to-one with the questions they asked. This makes it so easy for the sender to just check off the boxes and know they have everything they need.
And the framework here is just as clean and simple. First, acknowledge them. A quick thank you is just good manners. Then answer every question, straight up. Go the extra mile by attaching documents, and always end by offering more help. It's a simple formula that shows you're a pro and you're there to help. And look at this. This is what I'm talking about. The question was about tensile strength, and the answer is the exact data. No fluff, no vague descriptions, just the hard numbers an engineer needs to do their job. That's how you save everybody's time and keep things moving. Okay, so we've got the structure down cold, but the unspoken stuff, your tone, your style, your clarity, that's what really separates a good email from a great one. How you say something can be just as important as what you're saying, especially when you're trying to build trust.
You know, the rules here are pretty straightforward, but they make all the difference. Keep it professional. Be quick, but don't leave anything out. Steer clear of jargon unless you're 100% sure they know what you're talking about. And tailor your message. I mean, you'd explain something to a marketer way differently than you would to an engineer, right? It's all about knowing who you're talking to.
All right, so we know what to do. Now let's spend a minute on what not to do. Trust me, dodging these common communication traps is absolutely key to keeping your projects and your professional relationships healthy.
I mean, this right here says it all, doesn't it? Asking for more information just makes more work for the other person. Now they have to guess what you want. But asking for specific data points, that's a question they can answer in 2 minutes. Being specific shows you respect their time, and it gets you what you need way faster.
And here's another one that drives people crazy, the incomplete answer. If someone sends you an email with 6 bullet points, your response better have 6 answers. Ignoring a question, especially about something like a timeline, doesn't make it disappear. It just creates frustration and means another email has to be sent. Be thorough every single time.
And you have to remember, tiny little omissions can cause huge problems. Forgetting to put a deadline in your request, or forgetting an attachment in your response, that can bring a whole project to a grinding halt. Because in any project, the little details, they're not just details, they're everything.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground here, from the right way to structure an email to the classic mistakes to avoid. So let's boil it all down into a simple, powerful checklist you can use to give your emails a final once-over before you hit that send button.
And here it is, your 4-point checklist for email greatness. 1. Use clear language so nobody can misunderstand you. 2. Be specific so you get exactly what you need. 3. Organize with lists to make it easy to read. And 4. Always be professional, because every email is part of your reputation. Stick to these 4 things, and you're going to be in great shape.
So look, this is a skill you build over time, right? It gets better with practice. As you get back to your day, back to your inbox, I want you to think about this. What's the one thing you're going to change after watching this? What's the one little habit that will make you a sharper communicator starting tomorrow?